A woman set a pride flag on fire outside an NYC restaurant. No one was injured, and the restaurant only suffered exterior damages, police say. Police are investigating the incident as a possible anti-LGBTQ hate crime.
I want to note that this flag is 5 times the size of the original flag. So the person who did this, their plan has backfired and backfired badly.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah, Quadash, double honors to our apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. And normally I was going to skip this, but I was like, just looking at it, it was actually kind of funny in a way. But seeing this really shows how much you start to see people that's really against this stuff. And the fact that they're calling this a possible hate crime when everything else around this should be considered a hate crime, that goes to show you the more wickedness that you can do in this society, the more you get the rights, the laws to do a lot of these things. They even show how messed up it is. He got a flag 5 times the size of the original one. So 5 times the size out of every other flag we see, which goes to show you that this is what this place represents. And again, this is what I call the American dream. Because that's all this place is the American dream of filth and pollution and whoredom, right? So all these things, it just shows how messed up it is. But even going back to what I was saying earlier about how there's still a lot of people that really is against a lot of this stuff. I would show it, but I don't think I am allowed to because I'm not sure if it's going to flag or not. But in the comment that was saying anti alphabet group here, and a lot of people commenting here, homophobic and proud, and it's just the list. It was just going on and on. You had some people in there that was against it, so trying to fight it, but I got over like 600 comments. The majority of it, as far as I can tell, was all nothing but people saying here, all here, we're against this, all this other stuff. And what made it worse, and here's what caught my attention, is when people from other countries was on there saying that we're against this stuff. It's people from Belgium, from Romania, different areas saying they're against this stuff. So that goes to show you how messed up this stuff really is. How polluted it really is when you got people from other countries and people inside here that are saying that showing all this is messed up. So nobody's with this whole pride thing, because everybody, even people in there, was saying, "Where's our straight flag? Where's our pride flag for being straight?" But we don't get that. Why? Because it's with nature. This place represents everything that's against nature, right? So this is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. See, if we was in our rulership, none of this be going on, everybody be fine. Because Esau was still had to serve out his captivity, but even the heathens would be fine. Because even when, even going back to some of the stories, like even one with Egypt where there was a servant heathen, he was fine. He was taken care of. He says, I serve the God of Israel, because guess what? They had that understanding of who we are. Everybody understands who we are, except for our own people, of course. But that goes to show you that when we rule something, everybody knows that it's going to be ruled right. At least until one of us goes off again, the process goes over where we got to go into slavery. Blase, right? But it says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that was some accounts where even with us, when we took some rulership and some of us was going off, like I forget which one it is. I think it's Jeroboam, one of them, and it just went downhill from there. So even as you're seeing now, you're seeing the wicked bear rule. We're seeing these rats that take over things, or in the eyes of these people, the presidents, and nothing is going well. Everybody's upset. Everybody's rioting. Um, what is it? The value of the dollar is going down. Everything. Everybody's just pissed off. I've been saying that for a while, but go back some years ago, you see at least see quite a good of people smiling for something. Now everybody's angry. But now you're seeing that anger unleash even more, where you're seeing people burn flags. I think I did a video a couple weeks ago or last month showing that more of these flags were getting burned. So you're gonna start seeing like civil wars and all sorts of stuff. Speaking of which, I'll get to that in a second. This is Psalms 34 and 21. It says, "Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate." So, of course, you're going to have a lot of people riding off of certain things, especially with what's going on now. Even what's going on in England, I'm going to do another video on that, where they're talking about not getting pretty much all the Edomites, or at least, pretty much all the Edomites saying that we got to get all the immigrants out, including the black people out. So they having to feel about that. So you having race wars coming up. And in this society, which there will be more race wars as well, but in this society you having I want to say gender wars. I forgot the word I wanted to say for this. At least group wars. That's going to be a thing. Gender wars, alphabet wars, with what you're seeing now, because people getting fed up with all sorts of stuff. So you're going to start seeing that. Meanwhile, you still have people come up against us, even though we're telling the exact same thing that they're saying, that we're sick of all this stuff, and the things that's going to happen is some more stuff. They're the ones that's going to be still left in the dust, as far as the ones that's not of the Hopeful Act. And well, I'm of the Hopeful Act, but even then, for all these people that's out here and all that's going to be doing nothing but straight madness, they have no hope. That's why we have a particular job. So we tell everything that's right, and some people will tell different things based on their morals, and it gets nowhere. All right. So I wanted to get this word of riot, because that's the main thing that's happening, or at least been happening for a while. So the definition of riot comes from the Anglo-French word riot, or as far as I typed it in before, I think that's how they said it, or just riot, which means rash action, noise, disorder. It says to make a commotion, just like when the other mentions earthquake, which means commotion. And it says even further in the Latin word reguire, it says to roar. So technically, you see that separates us from them right then and there, because when we're not rioting, because as I read up earlier, it says rash action, noise, and disorder. We're not in disorder; they're in disorder. This whole place is nothing but one big disorder. So they trying to fight, or try to show that the government should be doing this, and that, and it gets nowhere. They're the ones that's, again, left in the dust. They have no other options. Everything is not turning the way these people want it. That's why people out here yelling, "Make America Great Again," or "We need to change the government system." When in reality, they're the ones running the show. The common thing I heard people say years ago, at least back in school as well, is there's more of us than it is of them. So we can overtake the government. If that was the case, it would have been done. But people forget to tend to understand that the government has military on their side. And military people was trying to sneak their way in and saying, "Yeah, we get outnumbered the government too." Again, these people that were saying it was lower end people. The higher ups wasn't saying that. Then when the riots started coming, especially where I live, and National Guard got involved, then the military got involved. After that, I didn't hear people say that stuff anymore at all, which goes to show you that if they want to set up a group that gets all these benefits and all this other stuff and people will flock to it, they will do it every time. And these people don't stand a chance. So they can riot all they want. The government sitting back and laughing. We're sitting back and laughing because we out here telling we already out here telling or doing what we're supposed to do. We ain't worried about these people. Just so hopeful like that might be amongst them because they're the ones that's gonna wake up out of this madness. So when you read further, it says behave in a dissolute manner, engage in loose rivalry, chatter, dispute, quarrel, and instigate or take part in a violent public disturbance. So, especially when things get harder out here, it's gonna be all out chaos. You want to start? You want to see people setting cars on fire again. I forgot which state was doing that as of recently or a couple of years ago. They were setting cars on fire, police cars on fire, breaking into stores left and right, all sorts of stuff. You want to see that on a higher level this time, whether that be from race wars, gender wars, other groups, and so on and so forth, right? So let me go into this next part real quick. And I typed in what are a list of things Americans, I forgot what I really typed in, but something about riots. This will be the last part of it. So it says, what are the 10 causes of riots? Mob rule, religious animosity, vigilantism, Jim Crow, lynching, racial profiling, economics, police brutality, institutional racism, urban renewal, and racial identity politics. And so they're gonna add on gender wars or this group wars. Basically, they're gonna add that to the next list next. So again, that's what's basically gonna happen now. So let me get this last scripture. This is Luke 18:7. So I can give me a second. Sorry. This is Luke 18:7. It says, and shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him? Sorry. Though he bear, sorry, let me read it again. He says, and shall not Yahweh or Yahweh Shah avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them. And so this is basically entertainment for us. Basically, we cry in day and night because of all the abominations we gotta see on a constant level, left and right. Not even just with this that's going on, but just how our people act in general and how we live. But this is one of those. Everything we're seeing now is the Lord slowly, pretty much showing us that this place will fall, and these are sights that we enjoy because we're seeing that we're getting closer and closer to getting out of here. Until that day when the Lord comes back and actually truly avenges us and bring us out of this madness. No more will we see our people being low. No more will we see these alphabet communities. No more any of this stuff. We'll be set back right. So that's pretty much all I wanted to go into that. So, little one, this is edifying. With that, shalom.